My house started smelling like my crawl space. I came down here, found the problem, and when I tried to explain to my wife, I realized most people don't understand how air moves through an HVAC system. So I'm going to show you the problem I found, how I'm fixing it, and how an HVAC system really works. There's the problem. You see that pink insulation? This is coming apart, and so this is the return air. Right above me, this box is in our bedroom where we put an air filter in. So anywhere there's an air filter in your house, it's pulling air through that into this return air to a thing called the plenum, where it actually cools the air off or heats it up if you're running heat, and then sends it back up through the ductwork. So it's circulating air. So in this tube, this big tube is a vacuum. It's sucking air. And so since there's a hole right here, what's happening is it's sucking air from this crawl space. So that vacuum is pulling air through the filter, but also through here at the same time. When I seal this back up, it'll just be coming from the filter, no longer air getting sucked in from the crawl space. So we're going to fix it and then be done with that.
So the reason this was probably coming down was because it's on the outer side and the weight pulling down on that outside was greater than the inside. So I started with the tape. I started moving it from the bottom upwards so that each row of tape overlapped and attached to the next piece above it. And then as I put each piece of tape on, I made sure to really press it down to make sure that there was a good seal and it was going to hold it up. And then once I, pressed down on it, all of it, I made sure that it was holding up. And then I had to replace this other piece of tape up towards the vent box itself, and then making sure that that was airtight.
And we're done. As you can see, we've got this nice and taped up back there. Yep. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get a smoke pin, and I'll have that in here so I can see if there's any small places that it's being sucked in at. But the big problem for now is fixed. And so the smell in the house should go away. As a reminder, when you're thinking about troubleshooting something, think about the process that's going on and think about the pieces, right? So with your HVAC system, you've got air being sucked through those filters in your house, down through the boxes, through the return air to the plenum. So if you feel like, man, I smell something in my house from underneath my house, or like when I lived in Texas in the attic, be like, man, it smells kind of like the crawl space or the attic or whatever. Let me go look and see if there's something going on in the return air. That way you can catch it before it gets to the plenum and redistributes to your house. So just something to consider if you feel like you have a smell that's coming from another part of your house into your house.
Smell's gone.